Hey guys, we're still in section 6.3 here. I know there's a lot of small things to cover. And again, since we got a little time this year, we want to make sure we cover all these things that come up, especially this one, special cases when we're dealing with multi-step inequalities. Something I definitely want you to see because we've seen it before with equations, and you see with inequalities is too, but I want to talk about it right now. You'll practice this today. Take a look at this problem. We started solving multi-step inequalities recently, and I know that's, again, something that we've seen in the past, just like with equations. You draw your line, and we go through a set of steps, as we've talked about. If I can distribute first, like in this problem, then that's what I'll look to do. So 5x plus 15 is less than 4x plus 17. Okay, then I look to see if I can combine any like terms on one of the sides. Like, is there anything to combine on the right side or the left side? I don't see anything in particular that I can combine, so nothing to do there. But now I got to get the variable on one side, correct? So maybe my next step was, and again, I like to move it to the left. It doesn't really matter, but usually that ends up making it positive, or we end up flipping it over to the left anyway. So it's good to look to do, okay? So in this case, yep, I'm going to minus 4x to both sides. Could you minus 5x? Yes, you definitely could. But in the end, you're going to have to move the x to the left side anyway, so it's kind of nice to do it right now. X plus 15 is less than 17. Last step is I got to subtract 15 from both sides. 15's cancel over here, so x is less than 2. So all that looks pretty familiar. I'll just make a quick graph here. 2, I'll put some numbers around it because you've seen a lot of these recently. Open circle on 2. In this case, it's less than, so I would shade to the left. And again, what this means is, again, going over the solutions, I've shaded in everything that's a possible answer. It's an open circle on 2, which means 2 is not an answer, but anything below that, 1.5, which would be right here, 0.5, or anything in the negatives farther down the way. Or again, a number like 0, any number that's shaded in, I can put in for x, and it'll make the inequality true. So again, maybe just showing one example here before I move on, because it'll help with the problems going forward to understand what we're finding. Put 0 in, because we shaded in 0, so 0 must be a solution. So if I put 0 in here and 0 in here, what do I get? Well, 0 plus 3 gives me 3, and 5 times 3 gives me 15 on the left side, so I'd be at 15. 4 times 0 gives me 0, plus 17 gives me 17. Is 15 less than 17? Yes, it is. True. So yep, 0 is a solution, and I must have graphed this correctly and found all the correct answers, okay? So what we're trying to do when we're solving a case like this, we're trying to find the solutions that work in the inequality. Well, remember back to equations, sometimes there were some special cases, as I circled up here. Special cases, things that can happen where maybe our solution, maybe we don't just get one answer, maybe we don't get an answer at all, okay? Take a look at this problem right here. Again, we're going to use the same steps we've always been using, nothing new there. I draw my line. I see I can distribute in this problem, so I'm going to get 5m plus, in this case, 25 is less than 5m plus 17. And again, maybe at this step you might already start noticing something kind of funky, okay? Something going on, something not smelling right, okay? But even if you don't, just keep doing the same steps we've been doing. Okay, so now I see that there's m's on each side of the problem, so I need to get those together. Okay, there's nothing else to collect, but next do the variables, okay? Well, to do that, I'm going to subtract 5m from the left, and I got to subtract 5m for the right. On the right side, they cancel out. On the left side, they cancel out. And so remember back to days when we solved equations too, we would see stuff like this. What do you have left on each side? Okay, bring that stuff down still, everything that's left over, and there's going to be a statement that we can determine if it's true or not. This says 25 is less than 17. Is that true? Is 25 less than 17? No, it is not. So remember back and see if you can pull it out before I do. Okay, what does this stand for? What is this kind of case when all the variables cancel? Usually we're trying to find a solution for what the variables could stand for. Well, when they cancel and you're left with something that's not true, remember this meant that there are no solutions to the problem. It's a no solution problem, okay? There's no possible answers. There's no values to m that will work that'll ever make the left side less than the right side like the inequality wants to be. There's nothing I can plug in, not a negative, not a positive, not 0, not a fraction, not an irrational number, nothing, okay? So remember in the above, we were able to plug in like 0 and say, oh yeah, here's a solution that works. Down here, there are no solutions that work, okay? Now, maybe you're asking, so is there a graph for this case? And yes, it is. Remember what we try to do. See if you can come up with it before I say it, okay? We try to shade in all the possible solutions, right? So we shade in 0 and 1 and all the numbers are less than 2 at that problem above. We shade in all the solutions that work in the inequality. Well, down here we're saying there are no solutions, right? So I'm just going to make an empty graph. Okay, I kind of gave it away. I'm going to make a graph, okay, but I'm not going to shade anything in. And it really doesn't matter what numbers you put on here because you're just representing that this is a number line, and we are not going to shade in. We're not going to circle. We're not going to do anything with it. This right here is the graph of a no solution case. It's an empty graph because there's nothing to shade in because there are no solutions as we figured out, okay? So that's one of the cases. Not saying that every case is like this, but you could run into this today. Remember, the times when you're going to see this is this situation when all of a sudden the variables have canceled out. When the 5m's are gone on both sides, or all the x's are gone on both sides, or the y's, or whatever it is, there's no variables left, and all you're left with is some numbers on each side and the inequality, and you can determine if it's true or not. Okay, just going through a couple more examples, just to kind of lead you into maybe another possible special case here. But let's take a look at this one. Again, I'm not going to assume that every problem is a special case, but let's start working this one out and see what we get. Okay, so this one also is another one where I have to distribute right away and get negative 2x, and it looks like plus 16 is less than 2x plus 16. Okay, and again, in this one, you might say, oh, something kind of funky going on here. I can tell something weird. Okay, but still just keep going through, even if you're not sure yet. Keep going through the steps like you would, okay? Trust what we've been doing. That's why I teach you the steps, because the steps will guide you to the answer. I'm hoping that you learn those, okay? Next, you got to get the variables on one side. If you deal with the 16s, I bet you it'll be kind of confusing with what you have left. So deal with the x's, okay? And when I deal with the x's, I can see that I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, and I can see some people saying, oh, they're going to cancel. No, they're not. Over here, 2x minus 2x. Yes, that cancels. But over here, negative 2x, and you minus 2 more x. That's just making more of a negative. You're just getting to negative 4x now, okay? So be careful. Okay, doesn't mean every time everything's going to cancel. You're still going to solve problems like normal. Now, if I keep this one going, now I'm going to subtract 16. And something funny does kind of happen. Something does cancel out here. The 16s, the constants on this side, and the constants on that side cancel. Okay, I'm going to move over here just because I got a little more room. So I had negative 4x on the left side. And now that everything canceled on the right, I just have 0. There's nothing left over there, okay? Now, some people might think, oh, no solution or something like that. No, you can still keep going in this problem. How do you know you can keep going? Because you still have x in the problem. You still have the variable. Remember what we said in the last slide is, you're going to get a special case when all the variables have canceled. But if you still have x, or you still have whatever the variable is, you're just going to keep solving like normal. So now what do? I draw my line, and I divide both sides by negative 4. And in inequality, I'm dividing by a negative. So I've got to turn the inequality around. It should be greater than now on the next line. X, and on the right side, 0 divided by negative 4 is just 0. Now, this can happen. This is not a no solution. Okay, this has a graph. There are solutions to this. Okay. I can plot 0, and I can plot all the numbers that are shaded, all the numbers that are greater than or equal to 0, right? This would be a closed circle, and I'd shade all the numbers greater than. Any number, any positive number, and including 0, so I could say like all whole numbers, but even decimals too, okay? Any numbers greater than or equal to 0 will make the inequality true, okay? So this can happen. Don't be fooled by this one. Some people just see 0, and they think it's going to be a weird case or a special case, but nope. I've still got a variable in the problem. I can have x is greater than or equal to 0 for a solution. Okay? All right, let's try this last one here and see what we get. So now this one, looks like I've got 2 places to distribute, doesn't it? On both sides of the problem. So I'm going to distribute in both of those. So I'm going to distribute here and distribute here. In the first one, I get 6x minus 15, it looks like. Okay? And the other one, I get 6x plus 2 when I'm done. Now again, maybe right now you might notice something going on, but even if not, it doesn't matter. Just keep following the steps we've been doing. First distribute, then combine like terms on a side if you can. Doesn't look like I have any of that to do on either of these sides. So now I'm just going to try to get the variables on one side. Minus 6x, minus 6x. Well, this is the case where they cancel on the right, and they cancel on the left. So what do you have left? Bring it all down into one last statement so you can assess it and say what you have. It says negative 15 is less than or equal to 2. Is that true? Yes, that is a true statement. We have a special case. The variables are all gone, the x's all canceled, and I've got something that's true. So this is the opposite of the other case, and maybe you can remember before I say it. Think back to we've had these earlier this year. What happens when the variables all cancel and I get a true statement like negative 15 is less than or equal to 2? That's true. This is the case where all real numbers are solutions. All real numbers. I can think of any number. And we had a little abbreviation for it. You draw 2 lines and then you finish an R. Double-lined R. Double lines and then make an R. That's the shorthand way to say all real numbers. But you should know what it really means. It means any number you can think of. So any negative number, any positive number, any zero for a number, a rational, any irrational, square root of 422, okay? Any number will work in this inequality. I can plug it in and it'll make the left side less than the right side, just like it wants to be, okay? Good. Now, what's the graph of this? Okay, well, again, these numbers aren't particularly important. This just told us the statement's true. You could put any numbers down here just to show a number line. You could put 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I like to just put 0 in the middle because that's just like the middle of the number line. So I kind of use that. And then what would this case look like? Well, we're saying that all real numbers are solutions. Every number, every single number is a solution. So guess what do we do with the graph? We shade the whole graph. 0, 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2. Every number and on in terms of infinity in the negative direction, and on to infinity in the positive direction. Any number, any decimal, any square root, any fraction, any number you can think of is a solution. Okay? So there's some examples of all the special cases. If you still need more help, again, watch the next video or Zoom or email me and let me know, guys. Okay? Let me know how it's going. I think we're doing good on this stuff, but if you still need more help, that's totally fine. Then keep me in the loop, okay? Good luck.